Hello, dear students. My name is Baykal Tıraş. It is so nice to see you again in our summer school language course.
Hi there, my name is Emel Anar and I'm an English language teacher. As you remember, we talked about our best friends in our previous lesson.
And this week we are going to talk about customs and traditions, or in Turkish, gelenekler ve görenekler.
Customs and traditions. Oh, I hope we will have a great lesson this week.
I am sure we will. So let's see what we have this week.
Dear students, as you know, we have different ways of greetings in every culture. And here are the ones that you are mostly familiar with. So let's have a look at what we have on the board and match these types of greetings with the correct photos. In the first one, you see two women. What are they doing? Yeah, they are hugging each other. So it's a hug.
And in the second photo, you see a young girl and probably her father. She is kissing her father's hand. So this is a kiss on the hand.
And in the next one, we see two men. What are they doing? They are shaking their hands. So it's a handshake.
And in this photo, you see a woman and a man, and they are bowing each other. So this is a bow.
And in the last one, we see two people again. And what are they doing? They are kissing on the cheek.
In some parts of Europe, they kiss just one cheek. And in some parts of Europe, in Turkey, we kiss on both sides. But in some parts of Europe, they kiss 3 times, sometimes 5 times.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay. And let's move. And now, dear students, as you might know, there are various customs and traditions in the world. They are very interesting, and sometimes they are weird. Now, we are going to watch a very interesting video about different customs and traditions from different parts of the world. Please, while you watch the video, mark the sentences with T if it is true, with F if it is false, or NG if it is not given or not mentioned, if it is not mentioned in the video. First, let's look at the sentences one by one. The first sentence is the tradition of the tooth fairy. Tooth fairy is dish perisi. We will see what it means in the video. Is very popular in Asian countries.
And in the second sentence, you see at Thanksgiving, 2 members of the family make 7 wishes. Thanksgiving means Şükran Günü in Turkish.
And it is very popular, especially in the USA.
Yeah.
And next one, in many Asian countries, people believe that someone can harm you, size zarar verebilir, by just looking at you.
And in the next one, babies in Turkey keep a lucky charm with them. Lucky charm means nazarlık or şans tılsımı.
Okay. And the last one, people in Rio de Janeiro spend New Year's Eve by the sea. Now, please write T, F, or NG while you watch the video. Now, let's see.
The Tooth Fairy. The tradition of the Tooth Fairy is very popular in many Western countries, especially in Northern Europe. According to this tradition, when children lose one of their baby teeth, they put it under their pillow. Then, the Tooth Fairy will visit them while they are sleeping, take the tooth, and leave them some money in return. Parents tell this story to their young children so they don't feel sad about losing their first teeth. The turkey at Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is one of the biggest national holidays in the USA. One of the most popular traditions across the country is that, on this day, every family gets together and has stuffed turkey for dinner. Another tradition is the turkey wishbone. According to this tradition, 2 members of the family make a secret wish. and then try to break a small V-shaped bone from the turkey into 2 pieces. People believe that the person with the biggest piece is lucky because his or her wish will come true. The evil eye. In many Mediterranean and Western Asian countries, people believe in the tradition of the evil eye. According to this tradition, if someone is envious of you, they can cause you pain, injury, or misfortune by just looking at you. So, people have lucky charms to prevent this. In Turkey, this charm is called Nazar Boncuğu, and it is a dark blue circle with an eye in the middle. People hang the charm in their homes and offices, or pin it on their clothes to protect themselves from the evil eye. 7 waves, 7 wishes. People in Brazil, and especially in Rio de Janeiro, celebrate the coming of the new year by holding a big party on the beach with fireworks and music on New Year's Eve. When the clock strikes 12, people light candles and throw flowers into the sea because they believe that this will bring them good luck. Then they jump into the water. Another popular custom is jumping over 7 waves and making 7 wishes, 1 wish for each wave. Customs and traditions like these are very important in many cultures, and they show us that each country has its own beautiful and unique identity.
It is interesting, isn't it? Now, let's check our answers. The first one, the tradition of the tooth fairy is very popular in Asian countries. Our answer is false because it is very popular in Western, especially in the Northern European countries.
And in the second one, at Thanksgiving, 2 members of the family make 7 wishes. Is it correct? No, I don't think so, because they make 7 wishes in Brazil by the sea.
Okay, in this, they make 1 wish. Okay, and in the next one, in many Asian countries, people believe that someone can harm you by just looking at you. Our answer is correct.
And fourth one, babies in Turkey keep a lucky charm with them. It is not stated, it is not given in the video.
So, okay, and the last one, people in Rio de Janeiro spend New Year's Eve by the sea. I think it is correct, true. Okay, now let's move to our next activity.
Dear students, we have watched a great video about other countries' traditions. And it writes there, cultural diversity. It means kültürel çeşitlilik. And as you know, we have another examples of other countries' traditions too. So let's have a look at what other people do in their countries. For instance, people in Mozambique clap their hands 3 times before they say hello. They do it like hello.
Okay. And the second one, in the United States and Canada, eye contact, okay? Eye contact is very important. And it shows interest and attention. But it is different for Koreans. Koreans don't look into the eyes because it is a sign of respect. Bir saygı göstergesi for them. What does this sentence mean? For example, if you are in the United States or Canada, for example, hello, how are you doing? But if you are in Korea, you should say, hello, how are you doing? Like this, okay? Because it is a sign of respect according to them.
And in the next sentence, you see, in the USA, the pauses between the words are usually not too long. But you can give pauses in Japan because the Japanese think it is very comfortable. For instance, let's make an example. In USA, you should say, how are you doing? But in Japan, you can ask it like that. How are you doing? You can give pauses.
Okay. And what does a girl think when you say to her? For example, Miss Anar, may I ask you?
Uh-huh.
Did you put on weight? It
Oh,
means
it's an insult in Turkey
yes,
as well.
it is an insult or hakaret in many countries. But in Nigeria, it means that she's healthier than before.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one example.
If you shake your head up and down, it means no in many countries. And I suppose it is likewise in Turkey, but it means yes in India. When you nod your head, you move your head up and down, it means no, but in India it means yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's so weird.
So, how much do you remember? Let's check it out. Please write the related countries and the blanks. The first one. People clap hands 3 times before they say hello. So, what is the answer? Which country is that? It is Mozambique.
And people don't look into their eyes because it's a sign of respect for them. Where is it? It's Korea.
People feel comfortable when you give pauses between words, and this country is Japan.
Did you put on weight? Means you are healthier than before. You remember this country? Yeah, it's Nigeria.
If you shake your head up and down, it means yes, the country is India. So I'm sure you all know different customs and traditions, but unfortunately you can't give us any examples at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, now it is time to talk about Africa. And we are going to talk about an African tribe, and its name is Kalahari. Now you see some photos in here. The first one, a woman and her baby sitting in front of their hand. And you see some common animals in Africa like a hyena, a snake, a cheetah, and a tribesman, and he's hunting, but of course for survival, with his arrow and bow. Okay.
And again, you see some photos. We are going to see these photos about the same tribe. You are supposed to match the things in the list with the photos. But firstly, let's look at what we have. Vultures, a lion and its kill, a spear, and an antelope. Let's match them together. For instance,
what is vultures? Which photo is that? I'm sure you all see. Yes.
Vulture means akbaba.
Or yes, okay. And the second one, a lion and its kill. This photo, a lion and its kill. When we say its kill, we mean its hunt, its prey, its meat. Please keep in mind because it will be useful when we listen to our interview.
And a spear is the thing that this young boy is holding in his hand, and also he is carrying a bow at his back. And the last one
is a very sweet animal, an antelope.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, dear students, as we have just said, there are different customs and traditions in the world, and also about marriage. For example, what customs do we have in Turkey? Simple.
Yeah.
If a man and a woman want to get married, what do? The man's family visits the woman's family to ask for permission, and the woman brings very salty, in my case, very salty, also spicy Turkish coffee, but the man cannot complain it. He just drinks it.
Yeah.
It is the custom, I guess, right?
Yeah,
but now you will have a very different and interesting custom in Africa. Okay, if you are ready, let's do it and listen to the interview about a marriage custom, evlilik geleneği, and tick A, B, or C for the questions. The first one is, where was PK born? PK is the name of the person that will talk now. In the Kalahari, in the Sahara, or Kenya? Let's listen and find out the first part.
You know so much about the wildlife here, PK. How come?
My family are San, bush people, and I learned about nature from the time when I was a child. I was born in the Kalahari.
So, what is the answer? Where was he born?
Yeah.
He was born in the Kalahari.
And before a young man can get married, he has to do what? Do a task, find a lion, or kill an antelope. Let's find it out.
And you grew up and found your wife here.
Yes, finding a wife here was very interesting.
Tell us more.
Yes, let's say a young man wants to marry a girl. So he has to ask her father, and he says, before you can marry my daughter, you have to do a task.
Oh, we have found it out. He has to do a task.
Okay. And next question. It is important for the future family that the young man, so what does he have to do? Kills many lions, likes the girl's father, and the last one has courage. Cesareti olduğunu ispatlaması gerekir. Let's see which one.
So what type of task does the young man have to do, PK?
Well, for example, he has to show that he can take a kill away from a lion.
What do you mean, take a kill away from a lion?
Well, imagine a lion kills an antelope or another large animal. The young man has to find that lion and get the meat so he can show that he has courage.
So the answer is the young man should have courage.
And next question, what can show the man where the lion is eating? Antelopes, vultures, or his future family? Let's listen.
But how can you do that? How can you find a lion and its kill?
You have to look. You have to look for the big birds, the vultures. They are watching the lion because they want some of the meat.
Okay.
He said vultures.
Okay. And the next question, the best time to take the kill from the lion is during the day, in the evening, or at night. What is the best time?
So let's say you find the lion and its kill. How can you then get the meat? Isn't that dangerous?
Yes, of course the lion is dangerous. You mustn't take the meat away from the lion at night. You have to do that during the day.
Why is that?
During the day, it's very hot. And the big cats can't run fast when it's hot.
So the answer is?
It's during the day because the lions are so dangerous at night because they are not sleeping and they can be aware of who is coming.
And the last question. To take the kill away from the lion, you have to run faster than the lion can, attack the lion with your spear, or be very, very quiet and surprise the lion. So let's find the answer.
Yeah.
But what do you do to get the kill from the lion?
Okay, so let's say the lion is sleeping. You hold your spear in your hand. You have to be very quiet. And you go up to that lion.
Do you attack him with your spear? Kill him?
No. You just go up to him and shout, "Da!" You mustn't hurt him or kill him. Just surprise him. Shock him. So he runs away.
Wow!
So the last answer is be very quiet and surprise the lion. If I were in Africa, I would definitely be a single man all the time.
Yeah, I would also.
Okay. Now, dear students, you see 4 photos of one city. So, which city is that? Yeah, I can hear you saying it is Istanbul. But what about the date? What date is it? Yes, these photos belong to the early 20th century in Istanbul. So, what did the people used to do at that time? Do you have any ideas? I am sure you have. Now, let's see more examples.
Okay, we have seen some photos of Istanbul in the early 20th century. But what about people? Do you know what they used to do in those times? So let's look at it together, but please keep in mind that we use used to expression when we want to talk about habits or repeated actions in the past. And these are the activities that we don't do in the present time. Let's start, but I also want you to tick the ones which are correct and cross the ones which are not true. So, they used to go to work on foot. İnsanlar işlerine yürüyerek giderdi. Is it correct? Yeah, it's
probably
correct.
yes. And They used to surf the internet 100 years ago. Definitely no.
They used to take trams to go to work. You know Istanbul tram, the famous tram in Istanbul? Yeah, they used to take trams.
Okay. And they used to take rowing boats, like that, you know, in their daily lives, probably, yes.
And they used to watch TV very often. No, people used to not watch TV, but meet other people in their houses.
Okay, and they didn't used to go to the cinema. We use this expression like this, sinemaya gitmezlerdi, but 100 years ago. So it is correct.
And they didn't used to visit their relatives. No, it's incorrect.
They didn't used to fly on a plane. Of course, yes, it is true.
They didn't used to download smartphone applications. They didn't even have smartphones. So it is correct.
And there used to be, vardı. There used to be lots of chemical products, kimyasal ürünler. So definitely no at that time.
There used to be serious environmental pollution. Is it correct? No, it's not.
There didn't used to be, yoktu. There didn't used to be any traffic jams in the main streets. Yes, it is correct.
And there didn't used to be lots of people around. The population was not as high as today, so it's correct.
Okay. So, we have just talked what people used to do 100 years ago. But you know, technology changes very fast, and the life changes very fast as well. Now let's talk about what people used to do 20 years ago and now. Let's compare the life. For example, 20 years ago, we had phone books, and the numbers of all people were written in it, and people used to look into it. So people used to look up phone numbers in phone books. But now, today, we search for phone numbers online.
And 20 years ago, we used to put photos in albums, but now we just save photos on our mobile phones.
Okay, and we used to, for example, personally, I used to write to pen friends, but now we text friends on our social media sites.
And likewise, we used to listen to music on Walkmans, but now we listen to music on MP4 players or on our phones.
This is also old-fashioned now because people now use their mobile phones to listen to music, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And here again on the right side, you see some photos. Once we were all children, and in our childhood, we used to do lots of things. And let's look at these photos, match these sentences with the correct photos. I used to play hopscotch when I was 10. Let's find it out. Yeah, hopscotch means seksek.
Okay, the second one, I used to ride my bike in the park, so it is this one.
I used to fly kites. Fly kite, uçurtma uçurmak.
Yes.
So,
and this one, we used to have a dog when I was 4. Yes, this one. And next one.
I used to sleep with my teddy bear when I was a baby.
So, this sweet boy and the teddy bear. And the last one, my friends and I used to spend time at the playground. So this photo. May I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
What did you used to do, for example, when you were 4 years old?
When I was 4 years old, I used to drink lots of milk. Believe me, I couldn't even sleep one night without drinking milk.
Really?
And if you want, I can also ask you,
please.
What did you used to do when you were 7?
When I was 7, my friends and I used to build homes for stray dogs. We used to bring food and feed them all the time.
Oh, how nice.
Okay, and another question to you. What did you used to do when you were 10 years old, for example?
When I was 10, I used to play outside with my friends, and my parents used to call me a lot and we didn't used to come home till it is evening time.
Yes, because it used to be very safe at the time, right?
Yeah.
But not now.
And what did you used to do in your when you were in secondary school?
At that time, we used to let me think. Yes, you used to join sports tournaments, and it was very fun, really.
Yeah.
What about you, dear students? What did you used to do when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now we have some pictures, and they are the unique structures in certain countries. We are going to learn where they are, and also we are going to match them with the correct places.
Yes.
The Great Sphinx and the pyramids. It's in Egypt. They are in Egypt, pardon me. And can you find the correct photo? Yeah, it's B.
Okay. And Bukhara in Uzbekistan is a very important center for Turkish and Islamic culture. And it is in my list. I will definitely visit there one day, I hope.
Yeah.
So this is Bukhara, Uzbekistan.
And we have Parthenon, Greece. Please have a look. It's in F.
Yes. And Chichen Itza in Mexico, you know this pyramid. The pyramids are not just in Egypt. There is also one in Mexico. And the next one?
And the Forbidden City, China. We know it as Yasaklı Şehir, Yasak Şehir. It's a very famous structure, and the picture is E. Yeah.
Yes. And finally, Virupaksha Temple, it is this one. It seems a very exotic place indeed in India. Now, dear students, as you know, China is a very interesting place to visit.
Yeah.
Imagine, who doesn't want to see the Great Wall of China, the Forbidden City, the Grand Canal? It is definitely in my list. Now, we are going to learn some customs and traditions in China.
Yeah.
But while you watch the video, please put a tick for the correct answers. But keep in mind, there can be one or two possible answers. Let's look at the questions. Which numbers are unlucky in China?
And which colors are not appropriate for a present in China?
And what happens when you finish everything on your plate in a Chinese house? The host, ev sahibi, gets very happy. The host serves you more food. Let's see and find out.
There are numerous customs and traditions in China today. Let's give you a few tips if you visit China. They believe that the number 4 brings bad luck. For example, China didn't apply for the 2004 Olympics because the year 2004 includes the number 4 in it. Instead, they applied for the 2008 Olympics and organized it successfully. Therefore, don't give something to a Chinese friend that includes the number 4. You should not give presents to the Chinese in black and white color, because these colors are the symbols of death in China. Finally, let's imagine that a Chinese friend invites you to his or her house. You should always leave something on your plate at the end of the meal. Otherwise, you may find that your host continues to serve you more food. This fantastic country is full of surprises and waits for its visitors.
What are the unlucky numbers? 14, because it includes 4, and 2004.
And we have seen a present which was both black and white. So black and white are not appropriate for a present in China.
And what happens when you finish everything on your plate in a Chinese house? The host serves you more food. So you need to leave something if
on
you
your
don't
plate.
want to eat more,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
And it is all for today and this week. Thanks for your participation.
And hope to see you next week. And take good care of yourself. Goodbye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.